Hi everyone, it's Teacher Sue here. So for today's science experiment, we'll be doing an experiment on force. So this experiment will teach you how force can change when different types of surfaces are present. So for this experiment, you will need A4 papers, sandpaper or foil, or you can also use other types of surfaces such as baking paper, felt paper, carpets, cloth, any types of surfaces that you'll want to try on, a toy car, a ruler, scotch tape, glue, and scissors, and also a marker. So for the first step, you have to take your A4 paper, fold it in half like this, and to make things easier, I'll be using a ruler. So you take your ruler, put it at the part where there is a line to show that you folded in half, and then slowly tear the paper so that it becomes a half. Like that, okay. Next, we have to connect the papers together. So Teacher Sue is using a scotch tape for it. If you want to use glue, that's fine, but I would recommend using a scotch tape. So make sure the paper is aligned properly. Take your scotch tape and put it over the paper like this. Okay. Scissors to cut. Snip off the excess. Okay, so next you need to take your foil and you need to cut little strips, just small strips, so you can get your parents to draw lines for you and cut out, but Teacher Sue is just cutting like this without any lines. So I'll be cutting small strips like this until I have covered up the whole paper. Okay, so I have done the same with the sandpaper as what I've done with the foil. So now we can start our experiment. So lay out all three papers like this with the different surfaces side by side. Make sure that they are starting at the same point. Over here, they're in a straight line. And then a toy car and put it on the paper like this and then push it forward. Okay, so now that it has stopped over here, grab your marker and then just make a mark where it stopped. Okay, so next will be the paper with the foil surface. Okay. Remember to mark. And the last surface will be the one with the sandpaper. Remember to mark also. Okay, now that we have done our experiment, you can see the different distances that the car traveled. So for example, when it's the plain paper, you can see that the car traveled a greater distance because there is a smooth surface, meaning there is less friction, okay? And then for this one, with the foil, you can see that the car traveled a shorter distance than the one with the plain paper because foil has more friction compared to the plain paper. And lastly, for our sandpaper surface, you can see that the car did not travel that far because sandpaper is very rough, meaning there is more friction compared to the one with the foil and the plain paper. So here we can see that force can be changed when there are different types of surfaces present. That's it with our experiment, guys. I hope you were able to learn how different surfaces can change force because of friction. Good job, everybody, and see you next week.